Hey everyone, I'm Mary. Welcome to another magical math moment. Today we're going to be looking at graphing quadratic functions in standard form with the assistance of the graphing calculator. I'm going to use a couple of buttons in the top row here. So obviously we're at y equals right now with our function rule. We're going to play around also with zoom and trace and graph. We'll be using the second button for some of that. We're going to use this little guy next to alpha for our variable, and I also like to use the squared button. So we've got 2x squared minus 7x plus 3. I'm going to do zoom 6 to look at a standard view of this thing. That means each tick mark represents one unit. So going out from the origin, we're going 10 in each direction. This is a pretty good picture. So the important points that I need to find here are the vertex, the x-intercepts, and the y-intercept. So the vertex, I can do that by going second trace and choosing 3 since this thing opens up. It's a minimum. When I look at the graph on the calculator, I can see that the vertex is probably going to have an x value somewhere around 2, I think it looks like. So I'm going to choose an x value to the left of 2. How about 0? And I'll just type enter. Next, I need to choose an x value to the right of where I think that vertex is. So I'm going to say maybe 4. And I hit enter. And then I say guess. It thinks for a little bit, and then it gives me 1.75 for my x value, negative 3.125 for y. So I'm just going to jot that down so I have it, and I'll be able to graph that in a little bit. Move that up so I can see. 1.75, negative 3.125. When they're terminating decimals like that, I like to just kind of use those values. If you've got something that like goes on and on and on, you can round to usually hundredths place is good, sometimes tenths. Just depends on your teacher's preference. Next, I'm going to find the y-intercept. To do that, I'm just going to go into the table, second graph. So second graph brings me here. Remember that the x value of every y-intercept in the world is 0. So when x is 0, y is 3. So the y-intercept is 3. Some of you are probably clever enough and remember that the c value of the quadratic and standard form is also that y-intercept. Next thing we need are the x-intercepts. To find those, we'll go back to our graph. Again, I think this is about 1/2. So we're going to go second trace. I'm going to choose option 2 for 0. I need an x value to the left of this. I'll say negative 1 just to be safe. I need another one over here to the right, so I'm going to say 2. And then I'll hit enter for guess, and my x-intercept is at 1/2 or 0.5. We need to find another one over here, so we'll do second trace 2. Again, I need to be to the left, so we'll say 2. Now I need to be the right. Let's say 5. And then my guess. Oh, look, it's 3. That's kind of nice, actually. All right, let's do a sketch of this thing. Should be fun. I'm going to go over to 1.75, so somewhere around here. And then I have to go down 1, 2, 3, and a little bit more. So there's my vertex. My y-intercept is 3. That's over here. 1, 2, 3. I have an x-intercept of 1/2. That's here. I also have an x-intercept of 3. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So this thing is going to go like so. Through here. Yeah, that's not bad. And there we go. Okay. So there is our graph. It's a little lopsided looking, but you get the general idea. Next thing you want to do is to include that axis of symmetry. That's the vertical line that passes through the vertex. I like to do those as dotted. This is the line x equals 1.75. That's your axis of symmetry. Remember that the axis of symmetry is an equation, so you need that x equals in front. Otherwise, you're going to lose some points on your test, and you don't want that. So I hope that this information has been helpful for you, and I look forward to seeing you again for another magical math moment.